Um, oh, thank you, Carolina. Zoom's new way of letting us know we're on. Watch what we say. Today's presenter is a woman with a heart and on a mission to transform our social media success, our marketing success, our relationships success. She's mastered the art of online communication, networking, and client attraction. Today, I know she's going to be sharing, let me just make sure I'm, Quantum Leap Social Strategies, How to Build Influence and Attract More Clients. We're going to discover the missing link of your internet marketing success, learn how to harness the power of the internet to have sustainable business and life, and leave an internet marketing strategy to grow your brand, position yourself as an expert in your field, and reach your ideal clients. So Diana is here early in the morning, all the way from California. If we could please just give her a virtual, this is sign language for clapping, however you want to clap. Welcome, Diana. And Diana, do you keep your own time or would you like a 5-minute warning?
I have my timer, but you can also do that.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, Shannon. I'm so happy to be here. It's so nice to meet so many of you before I started. Yeah, I'm going to give you a ton of information, so you might want to take notes. And let's see. So here's I always like to start with my first question, which is, how many of you struggle with social media? Feel like maybe it's a waste of time. No matter what you do, you aren't going to be seen and heard. And here, this is the truth room. How many of you have actually ever thought of deleting your profile on Facebook? It's okay, you don't have to answer. I mean, I get it, you know, I totally do. It can feel overwhelming, confusing, frustrating, and you know, it's not your fault. The algorithms are changing every minute. I mean, I'll be teaching a class and right as I'm saying something, Facebook will reset. And I'll be like, I always say, everything I'm telling you was true as of last night. Okay, that's just how it is. So, so I'd like to share a story. I always like to start with a story. When I was a little girl and my brothers used to chase me, I was about 3 and they were maybe like 4.5 and 7. And they would chase me around the house and tease me. And I'd be running around with my little short 3-year-old legs and I would get tired. So I would lay down on the floor and hide my eyes. I would hide my face on the floor and they would stop chasing me. So I would think they were gone. And then I would get up and they would pounce on me. And guess what? That's just like social media, just like Facebook. It's not going away. You can run, but you can't hide. So what I want to do is teach you how to really embrace social media and how to really start to love it and get what you would like to get from it. How many are here for that? Raise your hand. Great. Thank you. So I want to make sure we're in the right place. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, every sweet hath its sour. And that's how Facebook, social media, I always talk about Facebook a lot because Facebook is the mothership, but for what I'm talking about, it's pretty much all social media. And social media can be really hurtful and it can be annoying and it can be like superficial and, you know, unless you're in the food business, you know, like sharing, who cares what you had for dinner last night? The thing is, it's like people, that's the thing is, we just don't know what to do with it and feel like everybody else got the rules. Somehow we missed the social media rule book. So it can also be a powerful force for change in the world. And as Shannon said, I'm on a mission to transform Facebook into something that we can use as a powerful force for positive and for good and for change in the world. And Thomas Jefferson said, knowledge is power. And that's what I want to do is I want to give you some knowledge. I want to help you crack the code so you know what to do. And more, I want to help you to know what not to do so that you can take more risks and you can do more things and not feel like you're going to be making a mistake in front of like 3+ billion people. So just to give you a little bit, I'm going to share some quantum leap social media strategies. And I call these quantum leap strategies because if you implement the strategies that I'm sharing with you today, your social media results are going to change dramatically. Whole heart marketing is a systems-based approach to authentic, heart-centered marketing to build continued, consistent, credible visibility and influence with strategic partners, clients, and followers that can result in an increase in your profitability from like 30 to 100%. So by the end of today, as Shannon said, you're going to know the 4 steps to powerfully mastering the internet to grow your business, because it's more than just posting on social media. You're going to understand the missing link to your internet marketing success. This is the thing you can't pay someone else to do. And you're an expert and thought leader in your field, and to attract your ideal clients and make the bigger impact that you'd like to make. Okay, this is where you get out the pen. So we're going to start with the 4 steps to grow an online presence. And this is like the beginning. And I just want to say, this is tried and tested strategies. Okay. I have 30 years in business. I've built 2 successful businesses. I have a very unique background. You know, my background, of course, includes the typical, you know, business development, sales, marketing, internet, building websites, SEO, blogging, social media. And I also have a master's degree in holistic health education and counseling, 20 years of relationship coaching and communication experience, including yoga, movement psychology, and spirituality. And that's a story for another time. But the reason I tell you that is because I want you to understand that whole heart marketing is a blended approach to authentic social media marketing that's evolved from years of marketing, communications, psychology, and spirituality. So it's different than what you hear out there. And some of the things I'm going to say are really going to cause you to go out of your body. And I understand, but it's a different approach. So here are the 4 steps. And this is what you need to do before you even start onto social media. Yeah, I call the internet the great equalizer. So remember the Equalizer show from, like, I don't know, about 20, 30 years ago? Now we have the Tifa equalizer. The internet is the great equalizer because anybody can be successful. But you need to know what you're doing, and you need to set yourself up for success. So the first step to setting yourself up for success, for monetization, is you need to have a clear message. Okay, so the internet, it's just search engines. It's just like Google. If you don't have a clear message, you're starting from the wrong place and you're not going to reach your people. So what do most people do? The first thing you do when you log onto Facebook is you open up Facebook and you go, what should I say? And that's not the first question. The first question is, who am I talking to? If you can think of that one person that is your ideal client, and what do they want to hear from you? What is the thing that's going to cause them to lean in and say, oh, she gets me, he gets me? What is the struggle? So who's that person? What is their struggle? Okay, because that's what you want them to see when they come to your social media, or when they see your content in their feed. What is the struggle? Okay, and the third thing is, what is the transformation that you offer? What is the thing that's going to cause them to say, I want that, I want more, I want to know this person because this person gets my struggle and this person has the answer. So, you know, this could be an entire class on search engine optimization for social media, but just by shifting that one thing, your social media experience is going to change. Okay. And it helps you to focus. Okay. Because most of us, you know, if you have 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 friends or more, you know, you get on there and you're like, you think you're talking to 3,000 people. Okay. You're not really. You're talking to, I mean, how many people do you really need to be successful? Maybe, I don't know, 100 at the most. Each of us represents, so each of us is 6 degrees of separation from everyone in the world. And our network is like maybe 50,000 people. So how many people do you really need to, to get your message out and to attract your ideal clients? So the first step, using the right words. The second step, you need a plan. No more random acts of social media. You need a plan. What's a plan? You want to figure out, how do I get people to get to know me better? So, you've probably heard, like, what's your freebie? What's your free thing? Shannon asked everybody, what's your free gift? You need to have something. It's like the Baskin Robbins pink spoon. You want to have something to give people a sample of you, okay? So they can get to know you better. Everybody expects that now. And, I love what Shannon said about the networking too. Like, if you get in a room with someone twice, it means, like, get to know them better. It's the same thing. The more we give of ourselves and our free things, then the more people think, well, gee, I can't even imagine what I'm going to get if I pay her. So it's not like, if I give all my free stuff, what they're not going to want any more from me, because that's the old paradigm. Okay. So number 2, you need a plan. And a plan is like a whole massive conversation, but mainly I want to emphasize today, you need a freebie. And I feel like the best freebie for, if you're building relationship, it's something that includes you. Okay. So it's like maybe a live virtual training or a one-on-one, a discovery session or something like that. Number 3, and this is huge. Okay. I always like to say, don't get caught chasing the flash mob. Okay. Of social media. You need to have what I call the container. So the container is your website and your email marketing. And anybody who's thinking, oh, email marketing is a big waste of time. Anybody thinking that? Sorry, you don't have to tell me. Okay, here's the thing. If all you're doing is selling, buy my this and buy my this and this sale and that sale, yeah, email marketing is a waste of time. They're going to take your emails and they're going to drag them over to promotions in Gmail or put them in the whatever or delete them. So it's not about selling on email. It's about building the relationship. Okay. It's about education, information, and inspiration, and a little bit of selling. And it's the selling something free again. Okay. So your website, you need to have a place for people to go that's your online presence. It does not have to be a big, elaborate, fancy $10,000 website. Okay. It could be a simple website. But the thing is, imagine you have 10,000, 15,000 likes on your Facebook business page. And you've been using that as your database, as your website, as your CRM, as your email, everything. And then Facebook says, okay, we're going to start charging you to reach those people. And you can only reach 2% of them for free, because that's what happens. Okay. And imagine that, everybody's on Facebook and you're doing this thing, and now they're on Twitter, and now they're on Pinterest and Instagram, and now they're all in Clubhouse. Okay. So if you don't get people to your own online presence, wherever you find them, then that's it. You're chasing a flash mob. Okay. So your message, you have a plan, you have a container, and now let's talk about social media. Okay. So no more random acts of social media. So that's part 1 of cracking the code, is to have your own online presence. Part 2 of cracking the code, to make your bigger impact. And this is about building credibility and building influence. And this is the thing that you can't pay someone else to do. Okay. You cannot pay someone to be you on social media. And I think somebody said it. Oh, I think it was Jerry said it. It's like, everything is energy. And so our goal on social media is to bring who we are energetically, with our words, with everything about us, the essence of who we are, through to whoever we're interacting with, so that they feel our presence. I always say, bring your whole heart essence to your online presence. In other words, people know when it's not you. They know when your assistant is making those responses, or even if they're liking, commenting, and sharing. And there's plenty of other things that you can pay someone to do with your social media. You can pay someone to help you find content, to do your promotional and your business posting, all of that. But you can't pay someone to be you, because people know. And it's like, if you think about it, you are your best lead magnet. In other words, you are the thing that people are attracted to. 10 people can stand up at the front of the room, say the exact same thing, and everybody's going to pick the person that they resonate with. So you have to give them you to resonate with. So that's the missing link to your internet marketing success. It's about being authentic. It's about remembering that the internet is a 24/7 networking event, just like this, only it's never ending and billions of people. So every single thing you do leaves a digital footprint. So you have to think about that. You have to think about, who do I want to play with? Who do I want to spend my time focusing on? You can't focus on 2+, 3+ billion people. So you have to be strategic. So that's the missing link to your internet marketing success. Be you on social media, brand yourself. And now what I want to do is talk about my social media success formula. And this is something that actually came to me I realized that this is what I was doing versus, oh, I'll just figure out this formula. Okay. So this is a tried and tested formula. And how it came to me really was from my own experience of networking. So for anyone who's old enough to remember, back in I don't know, I think it was the 90s, the whole big thing about networking was how to work a room, right? And it's not about working a room. It's about building relationships and getting to know people. Just the same as social media, it's not about working the room, okay? It's about building the relationships. So here it is, and this is the part where some people go out of their bodies. 50% for this, and this is for this niche. I mean, if you're selling a product, this is not necessarily the exact strategy for you. That's why I talk about the internet as the great equalizer, because it's this is for people who are looking for connections to turn into relationships and clients. So 50% of the time that you spend on social media, you want to be branding yourself, liking, commenting, sharing, and and caring, okay? And so what might that look like? It might look like picking 5 people a week, or, people say, well, how often should I do that? How soon do you want to ramp up your social media? Pick 5 people to start to play with, okay? So who are those 5 people? They're people, first of all, they're active on social media. If their last post was 2 years ago, they're fine, but they're not the right person for you to be playing with right now. Your message is in alignment. If your message is not in alignment with their message, even the personal stuff, then you're not going to want to share their content. They're not going to want to share yours. Number 3, they are strategic partners. What does this mean? Either you're marketing to the same group of people and you do something different, or you both do a similar thing and you can refer each other when you have too many clients or not the right match or whatever. Or they're big networkers, or they're influencers in your field. So you pick 5 people. What do you do with those people? You start checking them out. What do you not do with those people? Do not plaster your what's for sale in their instant message. Okay, I know nobody here does that, but other people do that. The minute you connect with someone, bam, there's a, hey, come to my thing. And even if it's free, it's still promotion, okay? So you get to know them just the same as you would in a networking event. And maybe you invite them to another networking event, or maybe you set up a Zoom to get together. Okay, so that's the first thing. And that's 50% of your time. Okay, now 40% of your time is educate, inspire, and motivate. And this is not the how to, the educate, inspire, and motivate. It's the why is it important? Why do they need what you have? Why do they need to know? And this could be articles, it could be blog, it could be quotes, inspiration. And on your personal social media, and I know Facebook has the distinction of the personal and the business page, but they really work in tandem. So your personal social media is your passion for your business. If you share too much business on your personal page, you're going to get put in Facebook jail. But you can share your passion for your business. And on your business page, you share your business. Okay, and I know there's probably a ton of questions, and I can't look at the chat while I'm talking. I'm not that talented, but I know we're going to have a Q&A towards the end. So, okay, so that's 50% of your time is branding yourself. 40% of your time is educate, inspire, and motivate. That's 90% of your time on social media. And you can pay somebody to educate, for the educate, inspire, and motivate. You can pay someone to schedule your posts. You can pay someone to help you find content. You can pay someone to do those things, but make sure you're paying somebody who knows what they're doing. Because again, every single thing you do leaves a digital footprint. Okay, so that's 90% of your time where you're being authentic, you're branding yourself, you're building influence and credibility. So then 10% is promote, and that's on your business page and a little bit on your personal page. And promoting what? Promoting something that's free, a gift, okay? And that way, what you're doing is when you're putting 90% of your time into building influence and credibility, people feel like they know you. So when you post your free thing, they want to know more. And that's how that works. And if you think, and this is like going to be a really, for some people, this is going to be a real eye opener, because they're like, well, should I do this? And I don't know. And everybody, just because everybody else is doing something does not mean you should do it. Okay? Because a lot of the stuff that people are doing on social media is called engagement bait, which means they're just doing it to get clicks and doing it to get engagement. And Facebook knows, the bots know, and they will put you in Facebook jail. Or what they do is they shadow ban you, which means they just hide your posts. So you don't even know, but you're all of a sudden getting crickets on your social media. So here's I always like to say, for every hack, there's an algorithm. So don't even bother trying, So the bottom line is that anything you would not do live and in person at a networking event, you would not do on social media. So there it is. It's just like networking in person. So just to kind of review, I want to just kind of go back over what I talked about, so that, just because I know there's going to be some questions. So we talked about the 4 steps to a monetizable online presence, which is set yourself up for success with your message, your plan, your container, which is your email marketing, and your website, and then your social media. The missing link to your internet marketing success: be yourself, be authentic, be present. So people ask me like, well, how many times a day should I post? The question is not should I post, but it's how often should I be present? Be present twice a day. Just posting twice a day is not going to get you very much, but being present twice a day is going to really shift your results. And then, of course, the social media success formula: 50% of your time brand yourself, 40% educate, inspire, and motivate, and 10% promote. So what I would like to do, I would love to hear from anybody who would like to. If you heard something, as a result of what I've talked about today, that you're going to change on your social media, or questions, or whatever anybody would like to share. So I think we can open it up.
Wonderful. Thank you, Diana.
You're welcome.
Perfect. Let me get everybody in gallery mode. All right, Carolina.
Diana, when you have said many times that we have to be present on social media, how you can be present if you are not talking with somebody like we are right now? I mean, we are online, but we are present. How you do it, how you transmit that message through social media?
That is such a great question. I love that question, because that means I feel like, okay, yeah, she got it. So the thing is, how we be present is through our interactions, through our content, through our messaging. So interactions, so, just liking, that's not being present. But the truth is, one heartfelt comment on somebody's social media can have more impact than 20 likes and, just superficial nothing. So that's why I said pick 5 people to really start to go deeper, start to comment authentically and be real about what your comments. Okay, so that's one way. Another way is to, instead of waiting and waiting, let's see who's liking my stuff, go to your friends and start to see, who do I know that I could go into a deeper relationship with? Who do I know that I want to know better? And check out their content and really check it out for real, like and comment authentically. And here's what happens. They see that notification and they say, oh, Carolina checked out my stuff and she commented. Let me go see what she's doing. Because that's what we do. We reciprocate. It's just in our nature, okay? And that's how it starts to happen. And Shannon shared my post. Oh, wow, that's so great. Let me see what she's doing. Let me share something of hers. Let me care about her. So I like to use the acronym CARE, which is connect, acknowledge, respond, and engage. If somebody comments on your stuff, comment back, acknowledge them, invite them to something that is not promotional. So yeah, so does that help? Does that?
Absolutely.
And then when you share, when you know who your ideal client is and you know what their struggle is and you share from that place, trust me, they get it. And here's what I want you all to do. I want you to think about, start becoming conscious of your own experience on social media. When do you lean in? I started doing this. I started like, you know what? If I don't feel lean in, I'm not going to even like. I'm being like, I got to feel it before I'm going to interact. And when you start to do that, it really changes your experience and it makes you like social media better. Besides getting a better response, it makes you not feel like it's so icky and salesy and annoying. Okay, that was a long answer.
Well, it was a great
That was
question.
awesome. Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome.
All right. Who else has a question?
Anyone else? What are you going to do differently after today? I have your names here. I could call on people. No, I'm just kidding.
Rachel?
I'm processing.
I know.
I feel like social media is like herding cats. Like, oh my gosh, I haven't been to my LinkedIn lately. Oh my gosh, I haven't been to my Instagram lately. You know what I mean? Like I feel like I'm worrying about social media sometimes more than I'm worrying about like reality, which is, which I'm trying to make it both.
Right.
But I feel like it's like herding cats and I'm like scheduling things for that almost more than I'm scheduling things for my business, which is not how I wanted it to be at all. So I'm trying to like take this all in and I am like, I'm part of some small business groups and, they have 1 million posts a day, like, hey, like my page, I'll like you back. And that's well and good. And that's all wonderful. But it is very superficial. We're all just liking each other's pages. When I go to somebody's Facebook page, I don't look to see how many likes they have. I don't really care. Maybe I'm alone in that. But so to me, just a like isn't all that valuable. But what you said about reciprocating really is true. Like all of a sudden somebody that I had interacted with, even like just a few very, I thought, basic questions about bookkeeping, all of a sudden he's putting a recommendation, in a review on my page. And I'm like, oh, well, let me go talk to him a little more,
Exactly.
Let me give him a good review. I mean, and to me, that one moment was so much better than the hour I spent going to everybody's page and liking,
You said a mouthful, Rachel, every single thing you said, yes, 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 yes. And the herding cats, I love that. I wrote that down. I'm like, I'm going to use that because it is, and the thing is that that's the thing about picking the 5 people, because I have 4,050 friends, and I can't play with all of them, and they're all mostly not more than 1 degree of separation. I either know them or 500 of their friends. And the thing is that, I hear you, I do. And that's the thing is, it's about being focused and just like picking 5 people. It's that thing, it's all the way back to the marketing of niching, being focused. Who do we really want to play with? I mean, if you went to a networking event and there were 50 people in the room, you would probably meet 5 of them, right? Maybe. I mean, unless you're like working the room and it's just the same thing, you get to do it like every week or every day if you want. Thank you. Yeah, so while you're thinking of some more questions, what I would love to do, and it kind of reminded me when Rachel shared, I know I'm a recovering fire hoser, maybe not even recovering. I give a ton of information and you're like, ugh. So what I would like to do is I would like to invite you to my free Whole Art Social Media Success Strategies Masterclass. It's an hour and 15 minutes. I call it Social Media Success Strategies, What's Hot and What's Not. And it's free. I'm going to put the link in the chat. And it's kind of like taking most of what I talked about today and just really expanding it into more that you can digest and some more strategies. So it's not just what we talked about. It's like really taking it to the next level of how to get more organized and how to really understand this game. And I will put it in the chat, but in the meantime, happy to answer any more questions. I don't know if there were questions in the chat.
I have,
Carrie,
can I go? Yeah.
Yes.
Me, it's a little bit more of a comment. That has been the absolute, issue in my life, because I had a partner that didn't want to believe in social media and all that, but that's behind. And I'm trying to learn and drinking out of the fire hydrant to take it all in, because there's so much to learn. The thing is the time factor, because, as a travel agent, we're on the computer all day, learning, we're calling, we're online, etc. So it's at night. I'm already zapped. And then I said, oh, Facebook. Okay, get on the Facebook. And I tried to do it, but the time factor for me is incredible. When you tell me now to go after 5 people, that's when you lose me, because I can barely click on to see on the Facebook. And now to do it as, I don't know, maybe I should have somebody just to do it. But you're right. The presence is so important, because I tried to do that once, but it wasn't me. I said, it has to be, you are so right on that. It has to be as if you're in person telling the people. So I agree 100%.
Okay, I'm going to tell you. This is another one where you guys are all going to go out of your bodies, but I'm going to cause you to come back into your bodies. Okay, so I tell people an hour a day. And I know most of you here are like, oh, yeah, okay, sure, an hour a day, or some other version of what I just said. Here's the thing. First of all, it's not an hour a day of open up Facebook and look at those little kitties. Oh, they're so cute. Oh, click on YouTube and you're on YouTube for an hour. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about blinders, timer, only your business social media, which includes personal, Facebook and stuff, but it's your business social media. And then here's what I want you to do for one moment. Come on a journey with me to think about, what is the dollar amount that you could imagine earning from maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 clients over 6 months? Now, if that's not a hot number for you, I recommend that you change your business plan or raise your prices. But if you really knew that you could generate revenue from what you're doing on social media, would that make a difference? Would that hour a day be different for you? I don't know about you, but for me, here I am, right? I got up at 4, got dressed, sucked down the coffee. I'm here at 5. Guess what I'm doing after this? Going back to sleep for a couple hours. No, probably not. But the thing is, I did not have to get in my car. I did not have to drive for an hour. I did not have to, for me, when I go to in-person networking events, I come home, I'm wiped out. I don't want to do anything. I'm tired, I'm going to just like kick back for the rest of the day. So here I am. I did this amazing experience, or I went to a networking event. You all came to a networking event, and then you're going to like click leave, and you're going to go back to work, right? Or you're going to be on Facebook, same thing in that hour of a networking event of doing Facebook for an hour. And then you're going to go back to doing another thing. Think about the time and the money that you're saving using Facebook for free organic reach is what I'm talking about. I mean, there's costs if you hire someone to help you find your content, et cetera. But I think you get the point. You know, it can be a very powerful tool.
Wow. Well, Diana, I personally am impressed by the 5 because I have a team. I've been doing stuff and I've been so absolutely frustrated the last 6 months to a year. And you know, I won't go into some of the other things that are behind the scenes happening with Facebook and all that, but I'm so inspired by the 5 things because that's, to me, it seems like that's a target. I can set a timer, I could go in and do that. And I also know that, thank you for your free gift. Can we give her a round of applause? I want to share one more thing. Oh,
you're welcome.
amazing.
I put it in the chat.
Perfect. I also know I'm going to be joining you have a 3-hour thing that's only like $97. I was like, wow, 3 hours with you. It's the Wholehearted Social Media Success Formula Masterclass, and that's coming up in July 16th. Is that something you do monthly, quarterly?
No, I do it maybe every couple of months, but I was also like, I don't know if I can say this, but if anybody does want to join, I just feel like I want to really help people. And I am also offering an hour free evaluation, social media evaluation, a one-on-one free evaluation for anyone who joins that masterclass from today.
Okay, great. I'm going to put that in the chat room because I'm definitely doing that because I feel like you're sharing simple strategies that hopefully anybody else can be inspired. So thank you. And I look forward to my 1-hour social media strategy that I can share some of my stuff and see if you can help me overcome my current blocks, because I've been moving everything to my own website. Everything you said resonates. I love the community that we build, that we can do this virtually, you know what I mean? And it's like I know Nancy, when they stream live on Facebook, we've done things with Nancy and they can reach thousands of people. So I know the impact of that and what happens. So I wanted to just highlight a couple of, thank you, Diana, so much.
You're welcome. It's my pleasure.
Really excited. So I wanted to highlight just a couple of things that are going on that you might want to consider sponsoring. You might want to consider playing in a bigger way. One of the things that I've always said about the Chamber of Commerce is that how you can really expand your marketing dollars. And they have so many opportunities all the way from the trustee. When I first looked at the price of the trustee and their marketing plan for the trustee, I was like, holy smokes, this is really powerful. I also know that their events, what's wonderful is Nancy really delivers when it comes to sponsorship and helping you get out and helping showcase you and all of that. So this upcoming event is on September 18th. Nancy, did you want to share anything about the sponsorship, or can they just call you or Carolina or Cindy? Anything you want to add to this particular event on September 18th?
Yeah, they can reach out to us. If they just want a tabletop, it's $25 unless they're a nonprofit. So yeah, it's very inexpensive, and we are expecting to probably have, I bet you, around 100 marketplace participants. Sponsorships start as low as $250. So if they want some marketing exposure, and we're expecting a few thousand people to come to this event, just with the bands that we have booked and the people that are involved with India Fest and Native Rhythms and Viva Brevard and Bakaska. All the cultural groups are actually coming together to have a tent at this event, so they'll be bringing in a lot of their group as well. So it's gonna be a great event.
And are there any speakers there by chance?
No.
Okay,
no,
great. It's
no.
more like a festival, right? It's just
correct.
A festival. Okay,
although
good.
If they're top sponsors, they will have the opportunity to speak from stage, but there won't be orators during the performance. Really, it's going to be just a whole day of music, dance, and entertainment.
Okay, wonderful. And then the next thing, Nancy, and thank you so much for highlighting this. This is really important, especially us living in Florida, but as you mentioned, everywhere. I know in our Love Your Neighbor program that Jerry's a part of, we're often talking about being prepared. And I know this year I just bought a solar power generator, and just looking at, all of the ways that we can be vulnerable and protected. And so this event is July 21st, and it looks like it's at the Community Center on Port Malabar Road. And you do have sponsorship opportunities. Can you talk just for a moment about that?
Certainly, that will be an opportunity to be able to speak. We also have panelists that will be on that. So we'll have individual speakers and then panels. And like I said, it's not just hurricanes. We'll be talking about insurance. We'll be talking about the pandemic. We'll be talking about natural disasters, cybersecurity. So there are opportunities to sponsor. I think that also has tabletops if you want to have a tabletop there. We had our home show and expo, and it was absolutely unbelievable. It was, there's quality or quantity. And some people think, okay, well, if I go to an event and there's thousands of people, that's way better than going to an event where there isn't as many people, but everybody that came wanted to be there and were there for that reason. And so the quality leads they got from it, we knew that people got business immediately after that home show and expo. So this is the same kind of thing. It's more of an information session. It's open to the public as well, to the general community. But if you're wanting to reach people that may be interested in your, what your business is offering, whether, you do technology or you have insurance, or you're an adjuster or a response person, I think this is a great event to be part of. So,
is this your first annual? You've done this before, right?
Yeah, we have. The first year we did it was at Eastern Florida State College, and it was, Vince Lopresti from the SBA said, normally we get 6 people that come to a hurricane, and we had about 100, and it got on Channel 13 News. So Greg Pallone had come out. Last year we did it virtually, and when you talk about the thousands of views, Chris was on there, and he was talking about hurricanes. It had over 1,500 views. But we also had Joe Raley with insurance. We had Bart Getchins with FPL. We did it actually last year on Zoom. Every day we had a presentation or more than one. And we had Wiederman Malik, and they were talking about cybersecurity. So this will be an interesting one back in person again. And it is in conjunction with the city of Palm Bay.
That's beautiful. Nancy, next year, put how many annual years? Because that just really stands out.
Okay.
For events.
Yeah, we'll also add the date too. Good Lord.
It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
So wonderful. Thank you, Nancy, so much for all you do. Nancy, I would like to just share something real quick with some of the businesses from the commissioner with the Office of Financial Regulation. First off, Nancy, thank you so much for your support with the Florida Association of Chamber Professionals. I don't know if you guys know this about Nancy, but she's very active in her own leadership, her own growing, her own, collaborating with other chambers so that she can be the best for you. And I often say, I didn't know this about you, Nancy, until I really got to know you, but you've got that, I'm like, man, she must be from the South. She has like that Southern hospitality, but she's Canadian. So she has that Canadian love about her, and you can just feel it and know it. And so she was really instrumental in helping me get this message out. So right now, the Office of Financial Regulation is really wanting to revitalize the small business ecosystem. And so they are on a mission to get awareness out there on raising capital, investing in Florida, investing in businesses in Florida, crowdfunding, and various rules. And so we have a gentleman that is the commissioner who used to be a former SEC attorney, and he got into private practice because he saw a lot of innocent people go to jail and wanted to really take a stand. And so now he became the commissioner last year, and he wants to put Florida on the map. So I'm going to provide you with our Powers Partners page, and on there is a survey. And so, I'm promoting your class again, which I'm so excited about, Diana. I cannot wait to do that. Thank you for sharing that with me ahead of time. On this Power Partner page, this is where you can, you know, we just did a video training with the Florida Association of Chamber Professionals, so you can learn about it. But there's a link to the survey and any information. And so if you or somebody you know is interested in learning more or being a part of what we're doing, or if you could contribute to the survey, that would be awesome. This is getting your voice in front of the commissioner. And so it's a great opportunity to share that. Thank you, Nancy, for letting me share. And with that, I think we have 7 minutes left, Nancy. Can I just open up for any aha moments? Anybody want to share their biggest takeaway from today? Jerry, biggest takeaway from today?
I can tell you. I've got to join the bandwagon. I love all this information, and I truly mean it when I say I'm going to try my best. I'm going to be on the class. I have to kind of take it all in. And I see how important. I lost many years because of the influence of my partner, but never mind, can make up for it. And I realize how vital it is as we recover from our travel in the travel industry. I mean, we took a beating, but now's the time. So the timing is perfect to listen to you today, Diana. So I enjoyed it thoroughly. It was fabulous. Yeah.
Thank you, Jerry.
Thanks for waking up for us. Appreciate it.
I'm going to tell you how to share or save the chat just before we have the next person share, and we'll make sure we end exactly on time. If you go into the chat room where you're getting ready to type, there's 3 dots to the right. And if you click on that and you open it up at the very top, it says save chat.
Oh yeah.
And that'll save everything for you. I took a little notes, Diana, while you were talking. I thought, wow, she's great at, you know, giving the detail. And then when you go to look on your computer, you just type in the word Zoom, and it automatically creates a Zoom file with this. Anybody else? Deborah, do you mind sharing your aha moment from today? And then Carolina?
Yeah, well, I have heard. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Diana.
Go ahead.
Deborah, go ahead, Deborah.
Okay, thank you, Shannon. I wanted to thank Diana for bringing something to my mind that I probably should have thought of a long time ago, but I really took away the fact that what we do on social media is just like networking in person. You know, I always try when I'm in person to do the more relationship type building things and not really sell something, just get to know them and, you know, where to go on vacation, whatever, all of that kind of stuff. And I did not ever think about it like that on my social media presence. So thank you very much.
Beautiful. Carolina.
What I was about to say is that I have heard people talking about social media tips. Do you do this, do that? And I always took notes. But this one was different, definitely different, because it was like the cold thing that the computer and the online presence has is it's broken with all this information. I mean, it's just being people, it's being human instead to continue being just a machines and like we do every day, like running and do this and fill that up. And so I think that was very interesting. I mean, actually, I have been working with social media for a couple of years, and thank you so much, because even though I have tried to do a couple of things, but it's a lot and the information is overwhelming. I mean, it's like I'm trying to check everybody's comments and all that stuff, but it's overwhelming. So thank you, because it makes a difference, even though if it is one person, but makes a difference for that person.
Yeah, I heard you say she simplified it and gave some other tools. Is that kind of, Beverly, would you share any aha moments?
Yes, it was the missing link for me. I think when Carolina asked the question about how are we present on social media, and Diana, thank you. I may consider being active again, because I haven't been active for a long time, but she said, have your own online presence, being you, being authentic, and being present twice a day. That was, for me, the ha-ha moment. And then the final ha-ha moment is when I, as a new hire to St. Francis Reflections, quoted their website incorrectly. So it's reflectionslsc.org. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you, Beverly. Okay, I think we have time for one more. Anybody else want to share?
Can I make one more last comment?
Yes.
That, you know, something you said, Shannon, reminded me that what I'm teaching you is it bypasses the algorithms. This part of social media will never change, because if they change this part of social media, the part where you can just do this and use it as a networking event, it won't work anymore. So it just completely bypasses all of the changes in Facebook's this and that. You don't even have to worry about that anymore.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
And it was my pleasure to be here today. Thank you so much. You guys made my day.
Thank you.
Yay, thank you, Diana. Thank you, Nancy, for creating this platform for us to come together and network. Look forward to seeing everybody July, the last Tuesday of the month, 8 a.m. Please invite a friend. You know, this is open to individuals, whether they're members or not. That's one of the greatest gifts you can give, Nancy, or, you know, you guys have heard this. One of the greatest compliments is a referral. So if you're able to invite a guest, and especially while we're still virtual, they don't have to be here in Palm Bay. They could be Orlando or somewhere close. We love them in Palm Bay because we want them to come to all of our events, but definitely share the magic of what we have. Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Nancy. Carolina, we love you. And we'll see you all soon. Bye for now.
Thanks. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.